We are challenging all engineers, hackers, makers, and artists to build a better future.
Our community is a community that likes to make things. The Hackaday Prize began from one simple question: how can we use that talent to make good in the world? The Hackaday Prize was born.
As time progressed, I did more and pushed the hardware further, and it's now at the stage where I want it to be possible for anyone to replicate it.
Your next idea could change the world.
The Hackaday Prize was the thing to motivate me to develop the project more.
Your project could inspire the next generation. Do you have it in you? Build hope.
Give it up for drumming Nikola Tesla, everyone. Let's hear it. So why is Nikola Tesla coming to our stage this year? Well, we think that we need to celebrate people that make scientific discovery like heroes. And we also think that people that are working to move the state of the art forward, they're working to expand their own skills, should themselves be celebrated, and that this should be a fun, engaging, and enjoyable experience for them and for everyone who's watching them. This is a big principle and a core to what the Hackaday Prize is. And tonight, we're here to celebrate the thousands of people who have entered the Hackaday Prize over the last 5 years. Specifically, the 1,000 projects that entered this year and rose to 100 semifinalists or 100 finalists, and finally to the top 5 in the grand prize tonight. Hosts of tonight's Hackaday Prize ceremony are taking the floor now. Please welcome Magenta Strongheart and Steven Tranovich.
What's up, everybody? Can you believe this is the 5th year of the Hackaday Prize? Isn't that awesome? Woo! So we have a great prize ceremony for you tonight. We're going to start with a little bit of the history of the Hackaday Prize, and then we're going to go into a brief synopsis of what happened this year, and then, without further ado, the 5 winners of this year's Hackaday Prize.
For the couple of years that I've gotten to work with the Hackaday community, it's been incredibly obvious what a powerful impact this prize has had on pushing open source technology forward. This progress would not be possible without the amazing contributions of our sponsors. We'd like to first give a special thank you to our exclusive distributor sponsor, DigiKey. Without them believing in the prize and believing in all that your projects bring to the open source technology platform, we would not be able to have this prize today. So let's give a round of applause for DigiKey. Our visionary sponsors are Microchip, Supplyframe, and DigiKey. Huge shout out and thank you to them for supporting the Hackaday community and the prize year after year. Let's give them a round of applause. And now we'd like to honor what makes the project truly special, which are all the contributions that you all have put in. And we know we have some finalists in the room from the last 5 years. So we want to give you an honor and have you stand up if you've ever submitted a project or been a finalist in this competition over the last 5 years. Please stand up. We're going to give you a round of applause. Woo!
There's a lot of you out there. That's awesome. So as we mentioned, again and again, there have been 4 incredible years of the Hackaday Prize behind us. These entrants have come from all over the world, and we believe that it's this diversity the fact that our creators come from all walks of life that has really allowed us to have impacts in many areas in the world. One of these areas is innovations in health. In 2015, we saw iDrive-O-Matic, an incredible device that allowed people who couldn't move from below the neck to drive a wheelchair just through their eyesight. Last year, we saw Hardy Patch, an entire suite of IoT health devices, which are currently being deployed in Africa to monitor fetal heart rates. Another area we've impacted is huge strides in research. 2016, we saw the affordable RTI dome, which is currently being used by the creator to investigate Mayan artifacts and is being used by many universities to do more research in archaeology and forensics. The original Hackaday Prize winner, Satnogs, in 2014, created a hardware and network platform for people to build open source ground stations for satellite research, where if you create one, not only do you get to monitor things with your ground station, you can use over 60 currently active ground stations all over the world to do constant satellite research. And then, of course, last year's Hackaday Prize winner, the open source underwater glider, is an order of magnitude cheaper than the next comparable one. These are all huge strides. We've also made massive impacts in just tools for the world. Tons of things that creators can make using really readily available parts, including Vinduino. Vinduino originally started as someone's project to reduce the amount of water they used in their vineyard and is now reducing water usage in agriculture all over the world. And the light electric utility vehicle, which is made to last through some of the toughest environments while still being run entirely electrically. And the last category we're going to cover for tonight, there are many more, but the last one is my personal favorite, open hardware. We are creating tools to build better tools. In 2015, we saw OpenMV, which is bringing machine vision to the hacker community. We have Mechaduino, which is bringing precise motor measurements as accessible as possible. And we have the Pocket SDR, which is bringing software-defined radio into your pocket to makers. Open hardware is in itself impacting the world. And that is what we're creating. And I think that's really incredible. So with that, I want to hear more about this 2018 Hackaday Prize. And with that, I want to hear how many of you entered this year's Hackaday Prize? Can we get a round of applause for these awesome people?
It's been so awesome getting to really dive into your submissions this year through working on the Hackaday Prize update videos. I've had such a fun time getting to learn more about you and all the passion you put into developing these projects. This year, we have 5 challenges. 20 finalists from each challenge won $1,000 to move forward and submit their project to the grand prize. Unfortunately, we can't honor all 100 of those finalists tonight on stage, but we do want to do one more round of applause for those finalists, and definitely check out the list of 100 finalists on the Hackaday.io page. One last round of applause for them. The first challenge of the Hackaday Prize this year was the Open Hardware Design Challenge. We saw 20 incredible finalists from this challenge, including PR HoloNet and Hacking Wearables for Mental Health. PR HoloNet is an easy-to-build, easy-to-set-up, and easy-to-use emergency communicator for disaster-struck zones with no working power or comms infrastructure. Tingle, a hacked fitness tracker wearable device prototyping platform, is a wearable for compulsive behaviors. Next, we have the Robotics Module Challenge. PCB Motor is a smaller and cheaper open-source brushless motor made entirely on a PCB. On the right, Dexter is an open-source, 3D-printed, high-precision robotic arm that can be trained by hand. The Power Harvesting Challenge brought us everything from pea power to stomach acid power. But you'll have to check that out in the update we published. Here, we have the Portal Point Generator, an efficient and compact generator designed and 3D-printed for an Antarctic expedition. And the Vampire Charger takes in any AC or DC voltage that may be found in an emergency situation and delivers it safely to your USB device. Next up, the Human-Computer Interface Challenge, which brought us Cerebro Voice, a silent speech recognition system for sub-vocalized commands, and Emotoglass, a wearable device using augmented reality to aid stress and anxiety in the user. And the fifth and final challenge for this Hackaday prize was the musical instrument challenge. It turned out incredible instruments such as Cello-like and the Open Woodwind project. Cello-like is an analog synthesizer that sounds and plays like a cello. The Open Woodwind project is an electronic aerophone with a focus on creating an intuitive human interface for musicians. Let's get another round of applause for all those incredible projects.
Just a quick fun fact for you. The cello-like was actually made by the individual who did the firmware for the badges, Jaromir. So that's pretty cool. So, as we mentioned, those were just a few of the 100 projects that were finals in the Hackaday Prize. Narrowing all of these down to 5 winners is no easy challenge. And so we had a whole suite of really, really incredible innovators on the panel to make those calls. We have everything from incredible YouTube creators like Mark Rober, Colin Furs, and Chris from ClickSpring. We have amazing founders of organizations like Sherry Huss, creator of Maker Faire. We have Madison Maxey, creator of Lumia. Aya Badir, creator of Little Bits. Chris Anderson, creator of 3DR. Daniel Applestone, creator of Bantam Tools. And Eben Upton, the creator of the Raspberry Pi Foundation. We had amazing tech artists, Lauren McCarthy, and of course, a whole arsenal of brilliant engineers, including Kristen Paget, Kwabena Agiman, Quinn Dunkey, Anul Mahadaria, Mitch Altman, and Kip Bradford. Once again, can we get a huge round of applause for these incredible celebrity judges who dedicated their time to look through all of your projects? Narrowing them down to 5 projects was so hard, but they did it. And without further ado, I have in my hand an envelope which contains the name of the 5th place and winner of $5,000. While I open this, let's see what the judges had to say about this project. Would we be able to get some volume?
Local radio intranet that can connect to the outside world.
It was great to see a project really thinking about, the problems of our time and how open source solutions could address that. And so the idea is that you could use this if normal kind of phone systems were down.
And this is super useful for disaster situations, of course, where people need communications when there isn't.
This project was a finalist in the Open Hardware Design Challenge. It has the ability to keep families connected when disaster strikes. Winner of 5th place and $5,000 award is Hattie Isley with PR HoloNet. Woo! Unfortunately, Hattie couldn't make it here from Puerto Rico, but I asked Hattie to create a speech in the off chance that they won. They didn't know. I told them they were in the top 10.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hattie. I'm here with my girlfriend, Sarah. First of all, holy shit. You guys may have to bleep that, but it's the truth. Thank you, Hackaday, for giving me the opportunity to be one of the winners in the 2018 Hackaday Prize. I am incredibly humbled and very, very much grateful for it. It's been a long year. I've been working for the past year on Puerto Rico HoloNet. To that end, thank you to all my family and friends for giving me the opportunity to be a hermit to get this off the ground. Thank you, Sarah, my girlfriend, for your love, support, and patience. She's needed a lot of that last one. Thank you, Hackaday, for creating such an amazing community around builders, tinkers, and hackers. Thank you to the judges for your time. But seriously, above all, thank you guys at the conference. Thank you all your builders, tinkers, and open source contributors. Because it is in this community that I've had the opportunity to learn. And it is with those tools of what I've learned that I've been able to help. I built Puerto Rico HoloNet so that if we're like Houston or Florida or North Carolina or Puerto Rico, if you just went through a hurricane, a tornado, a fire, or a snowstorm, we're all stronger and better when we're together, right? Acting on hope makes us better and stronger. Give me a second because I'm forgetting the rest of it. My goal with Puerto Rico HoloNet is to make it as accessible and easy to use as possible to anyone who needs it. My dream and my hope is to actually see it help people. That's the whole reason for it. So all things said, what do you guys say? Let's make this happen. Let's build hope. Thank you.
Straight to the heart. Wow, that's a beautiful, beautiful speech. For the next one, we're going to have Magenta Strongheart.
All right, now I get to open a golden envelope. Here we have the 4th place prize winner who will receive $10,000. But of course, we want to hear from the judges first.
I love the Emoti Glass project because I feel like it's a really creative way of looking at what you can do with augmented reality.
Trying to create this augmented reality device that would let you sort of experience an alternative perception of the world, and specifically trying to affect your kind of emotional perception.
The actual build of the device I thought was really well done and elegantly integrated.
Very thought through. There's a physical prototype that looks great. And it seems like they're really doing the work to iterate and test it.
This project was a finalist in the Human-Computer Interface Challenge. It enables completely new applications in the AR world by exploring our emotional perceptions of reality and therapeutic potential of augmented reality. Winner of 4th place and a $10,000 award is David Perucci with the project Emoti Glass. We're super excited to have him here tonight. Please come up to receive your award. Here you guys go. And here you go. You get a chance on the mic.
Thank you very much. First of all, to the judges, to the community, and definitely to my partner in this project, Jason Myers, who did the majority of the work, I would say, with this device. Would also like to thank Greg for helping us out with the JavaScript for the GUI for this project. Definitely an interesting device, and I'll let Jason tell you more about it.
Yeah, so I just want to also really thank Hackaday for all of the work they do to advance open hardware and for running this awesome contest. I'm really excited to be up here and surrounded by so many wonderful people doing great work. So please, if you're interested, check this out and let us know what you find when you make one. So thank you.
That is so awesome. 3rd place. In my hand, I have the envelope for the 3rd place winner of the Hackaday Prize, the winner of $15,000. We'll start with the judges.
Basically, they wanted a system for charging the phones, but it wanted to be a bit more compact, and the system of reversing a motor, had too much drag on it, basically.
I like this idea because he took the fundamental principles. He was able to design one specifically for his implementation.
And to all intents and purposes, it looks like a pretty good design. It function and be really good. So now, this one was one of my favourite ones.
You don't have any extraneous stuff. You're not paying for stuff you don't need. You're not being penalized for stuff you don't need. To sort of redesign something in its simplest form for exactly what your needs are, I mean, that's engineering right there.
This project was a finalist in the Power Harvesting Challenge. It has the ability to bring renewable energy easily into tough and mobile conditions. Winner of 3rd place and a $15,000 award is Vijay Virata with the project Portal Point Generator. another person traveling from quite a distance who couldn't make it with us today, and also created a speech.
So this is being recorded before the announcement of the Hackaday prize. So I have no idea if I won anything, but just in case I'm on the SuperCon stage right now, hey guys, I hope you've had an incredible SuperCon. I'm so sorry I couldn't be with you, but you can be sure that I am screaming at the top of my lungs like a little girl jumping up and down back here in India. Thanks to the entire Hackaday and SupplyFrame team for putting the Hackaday prize together, which honestly is a big motivator for me to work on projects that are really dear to me and share them on the world's largest open hardware platform. Thank you again for selecting the Portal Point Generator to be one of your finalists. I am incredibly honored. Until next time, have a great SuperCon.
Good evening. How's everyone doing? Getting pretty excited. I'm Sherry Huss, and I'm the co-founder of Maker Faire, and I also had the honor of being a judge this year. And I wanted to thank Stephen and Magenta. They did an amazing job at curating everything. But I get to announce the second place winner for $20,000. And this is the finalist in the Open Hardware Design Challenge. Their project actually helps individuals that have detrimental or unconscious habits to deal with them at the moment. So without further ado, I would like to welcome, thank you for that.
It's my favorite product because it has the perfect combination of the things that I love, which is hacking a technology, using it for something that it's not meant for, and using it to help serve an underserved or a at-risk community. In this case, the community that struggles with mental health issues.
The team did a really good job of using some simple hardware and building a system that worked. And they're super modest about it. It's like, oh yeah, we're hacking some hardware.
And so this wearable allows you to improve your life, your health, while also not sacrificing your privacy, which is why this was one of my top choices.
Great. So the second place winner is Hacking Wearables for Mental Health. Mr. Kurt White, please come up and accept your award. Here you go.
Thank you.
Let me give you this. Congratulations.
Hey, everybody. So I'm not much of a person for speeches, so I'll keep this short. Thank you, all of you here, the community. It's been great to participate in the Hackaday Prize. I only found Hackaday, Hackaday.io pretty recently. And I jumped in and put up a couple of projects, like some LED projects. And I got some really interesting responses, and I kept on putting out projects. And here I am. I've had a huge amount of fun. I put out a project for every single category, which was a lot, as you might imagine. I'm actually wearing the device that's related to this prize right now, right here. And we already have some prototypes that are on people's hands for testing. Not patients right now, people who understand that it's prototype hardware, but we'll have this on patients' hands within the next year, definitely, probably within the next 3 months. So it's all very exciting. Like this project at work, I've been doing it for 1.5 years. I kind of timed all my goals for the project with the Hackaday Prize, so it's pretty overwhelming. There's a lot going on at once. And thank you, Stephen, who was amazing throughout this entire process. He was and thank you, everybody from Hackaday. It's been great.
We can delay no longer. It is time to announce the grand prize. I hold here the trophy for the 2018 Hackaday Prize, lovingly made by Dan Hinch, the resident engineer at the SupplyFrame Design Lab next door. This will be presented to the grand prize winner, who is in an envelope down here. I think while I look for the envelope, I could probably use a drum roll from Tesla. So let's bring Tesla back to the stage. May I have a drum roll, please? Winner of the grand prize.
Congratulations to the 2018 Hackaday Grand Prize winner, the team at Paddington Dynamics with their project Dexter, an open source 3D printed precision robotic arm. This group is successfully building hope for the future.
Dexter is a creative solution, it's impactful, it's exciting, it's well documented, and I'm thrilled that it's the winner.
I'm thrilled that Dexter has won the grand prize. The way they used analog encoded optical sensors to solve the feedback resolution problem is insanely clever value engineering. The same degree of thoughtfulness has been applied throughout to create a precise and repeatable end effector that is accessible to everyone. This is true hacker spirit, and I love every part of it. Congrats, Paddington Dynamics.
The Dexter robotic arm was unsurprisingly a finalist in the robotics module challenge, but it exhibits traits from many other challenges as well. Of course, it is open hardware, but it also is human trainable. You can move the arm around and get data back in from the robot itself, which is something that is usually only seen in really high-end proprietary robot arms. It also has a really clever encoder system that makes that movement so granular and reliable, and it's a design that will certainly find its way into other projects. The winner of the grand prize, 2018 Hackaday prize, is Dexter by Paddington Dynamics. Please welcome them to the stage.
Thank you, Hackaday. I am blown away. I've got words. I'm pleased to be able to accept this award on behalf of our company. Our principal engineer, Kent Gilson, would have come, but he and our business lead, Todd Innerson, are at the New York Institute of Technology today doing a hackathon with 4 Dexters and a room full of students and professors. Christopher Fry writes our IDE, who works out on the East Coast. James Wigglesworth, and yes, that is his name, is stuck back at the office working on our wave drive. And I'm joined here somewhere by Brent Anderson and Yugi Bueno, marketing director. They're local to Los Angeles. And I'm on stage here with Avery Gilson, our lead robotic builder, and Noah Farrar, builder and social media lead, who drove in from the main office in Las Vegas. This robot is unbelievably complicated, and it's so complicated that people get scared to get involved in it. But the reason why it was able to grow to the point that it was able to get to is because of FOSS, free open source software. I didn't even need to define that here, did I? That's crazy. We run Linux, Ubuntu, on the robot itself. How many people here have worked on Linux in some way? Any kernel hackers? Look at that. You people helped us make this happen, right? The firmware on it's compiled in GCC. Has anybody worked on GCC? A couple of people. The first versions of this robot were 3D printed on a RepRap. Any of you guys worked on RepRap? Worked on improving 3D printers? All right. You're the people who helped us make this happen. And it's a rare group of people who have the capabilities, who have the brain power, have the ability to make this thing come together. And we thank you very, very much for all your contributions that allowed us to reach this point. We need more of you people to be involved in taking Dexter onto the next level, and we're deeply appreciative of this honor that you've given us today. Because of your faith in us, because of this award, we have been moved to go ahead and open source the next generation of Dexter, which is the Dexter HD, the new robot that you see here today. This is the culmination of the last 2 years of work since our last open source Kickstarter project, and the files will be available starting next week for this new version on the website. Again, thank you, Hackaday. Thank you, everybody in the open source community. And we are deeply moved. Thank you very much.
Dexter Robot Arm, amazing grand prize winner. It goes without saying that we love to be able to give great prizes and great rewards and great recognition to people doing engineering and doing interesting work, and we couldn't do that without the help of our sponsors. So will you join me once again in thanking DigiKey, Microchip, and SupplyFrame. The power of the Hackaday Prize is in the thousands of people that set aside a little bit of their time to think about solutions that could help the world. And this year, we saw people that set out to build something that matters. And in doing so, they put a seed in their mind. They have put an idea that will continue to grow and continue to inspire other people. The Hackaday Prize is drawn to a close now, but obviously the work continues. We are the framework of human progress. And when we embrace that, we will change the world. Thank you. The Hackaday Prize Party begins now out in the alley out back. Please join us for dinner and beverages and festivities. If you were involved with the Hackaday Prize as an entrant or as a sponsor or as a Hackaday or SupplyFrame employee, please come up on stage now for a group photo. Thank you.